Of course, what comes next for the country of Iran is the biggest question right now. And that uncertain future is sending shockwaves around the world, including right here in New York.
We know many of our viewers have family in Iran tonight. They're sharing their concerns and hope with Mahsa Saeidi. Mahsa, it must be hard to interpret someone experiencing both fear and joy seemingly at the same time as so many Iranians are feeling today.
Alan, Jessica, that is exactly the mood. What a day it has been. It started with Iranians running for cover. Now, at least for this moment, we are watching celebrations in the streets. Tonight in Tehran, fireworks in the sky. In Berlin, exiled Iranians hit the streets dancing. Sitting in her car in New York, Yas Alizadeh felt joy too. She fled Iran decades ago. Much of her family is still there. She says since 1979, the regime has held its people hostage.
We always say a war is bad, but the Islamic Republic is worse.
Not everyone agrees.
I have a fear of what happens next.
Giselle Sami Dalili is Azeri, part of Iran's largest ethnic minority. She doesn't support the regime or the foreign attacks.
My question is, why does the U.S. have to free the Iranian people? Why does Israel have to free the Iranian people?
They haven't been able to do it themselves.
We have other neighbors.
It's not Iran's first moment of instability. In December, protests erupted, anger over an economy and collapse. The cleric's response? Swift and brutal. This morning, more chaos. Strikes hit Tehran as the city was starting its workday. Iran says dozens were killed at a girls' school. For Omid S. Irani, whose cousins, aunts, and uncles are in Iran, the images hit close.
A great immense feeling of concern, anxiety, and uncertainty.
Uncertainty about Iran's future. Just last month, Ayatollah Khamenei visited the shrine of the Islamic Republic's founder, Ayatollah Khomeini. Now, for the first time in 47 years, both men are gone. The son of the last Shah, Prince Reza Pahlavi, says he wants to help guide in a peaceful, democratic transition. But inside Iran and out, there's no consensus on who comes next.
I think the question of what happens next and who takes over next is really a question about what the Iranian people in Iran want. And all we can do is support that and usher in that moment so that hopefully it materializes soon, fast, and without additional bloodshed.
And right now, it's about 7:30 in the morning in Iran, day 2 of this war. We know a second round of airstrikes, as you guys have said, is now underway.
Incredible reporting, Mahsa. Thank you.
Thank you. And many Jewish Israelis heard about the strikes through word of mouth since electricity is forbidden during the Sabbath.
Earlier today, I spoke with Daniel and Hani Heyman about how their community reacted to news of the strikes and what comes next. What are you hearing from friends and neighbors? Are people making evacuation plans, or are they planning to stay in place there in Israel?
I haven't heard anybody in our neighborhood planning to evacuate. I heard we had a bunch of friends whose husbands were called up for reserves today. So there were a bunch of people being, again, these are individuals who normally would not be driving in cars, normally not be talking on their phones today. And they're all being called up and they're on their phone. It was interesting to see these men in their talit, you know, what we wear in the synagogues, and they were on their phones. It was interesting to see, and being driven off to be in the reserves.
The Heymans also told me they had to return to their bomb shelter with their children, 7 children, by the way, they're in Israel with them 8 times today as Iran continued to launch those counterattacks. It's stunning to think what parents have to deal with.
And of course, they're putting their kids first. That's what's on their minds as those missile sirens go off.
Absolutely.